What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Coming to you live and direct from Los Angeles, California, USA. We're all American boys except for me. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one, the only, Mr. Douglas Barrett.
Yeah.
What do they say? Ooh.
What can I say? I'm an asshole.
Ooh, again?
Yes.
All right, Dougie. Let everybody know what's your show. What is this? What is this? Why are you wearing a Revolution T-shirt instead of a, those other guys?
Well, like you know, Alan, I'm sure everyone's probably going to figure out by now, Original is part of the other group, but unfortunately due to management pulling a Vince Russo or an Eric Bischoff, they dropped the ball. And, of course, there was a door left open by you if I ever decided to make a return and team up with you again. So I decided to become a free agent, and within less than 24 hours, I went from being a New York Jet to a Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, wow. I would boo you, but all right, that's another story. Ladies and gentlemen, the number to call to this show is 559-726-1300, 742-0221 pound is your access code to get in to talk to Doug Barrett. Doug Barrett, I see you brought a few buddies with you. Would you like to introduce them?
Oh, yes, I would love to. First, she hails from one of the greatest places on earth, Canada, which that's ironic as much as I hate on it. She is the lovely, hotter sister, Trish Stratus. Please welcome Miss Bernadette.
Aw, Dougie, you're not always an asshole.
Yeah, that is the first and probably will be the only time we hear that tonight.
That's right.
Oh, wow. And who else did you bring, Doug?
Well, also tonight we have went to the dark side. We have went to the pits of hell and brought our Ouija board because he's back. He's back with me. It is the ghost of Test.
Hello.
The ghost of Test. What's up, man?
Not much. What about you, Al?
Chilling, sir, chilling. By the way, for those of you that know him as the Ghost of Test, you all might recognize him also as Hurricane Andrew. That's another story. But, Doug, take it away.
All right, thank you very much. And, of course, the name of the show is Revolution's Honor, where we will be discussing mostly a lot of Ring of Honor news. But before we can get to Ring of Honor, we have to head to WWE because apparently that's where all the Ring of Honor guys are going now, which is a smart business move. And speaking of that, let's talk about a man who was in Ring of Honor, who is now going to be main eventing his first singles pay-per-view match. It will be Mr. Seth Rollins in Hell in a Cell against either Cena or Dean Ambrose, which we found out it would be Dean Ambrose in Hell in a Cell. So how do we feel about that, knowing that two guys from the Indies, two guys, one from being Ring of Honor, one being a ex-CCW wrestler, are going to be main eventing a WWE pay-per-view?
Ladies first, go ahead.
I could not be happier. I'm in love with both of them, so it's going to be great. It's actually got me excited for watching the pay-per-view for the first time in a while. So yeah, any new blood like that is good for business, best for business, if you will.
Hurricane Andrew, what you got on that?
Well, I don't know much about Dean Ambrose's work, but I do remember Seth Rollins being in Ring of Honor, as is, if I can say it on the air, his former name, Tyler Black.
Tyler Black.
Yep, from the Age of the Fall with Jimmy Jacobs, but that's a story. But I saw a little bit of Moxley, who is Dean Ambrose. But I'm impressed with it because it shows that, Indies does have a big place in the Big Three, if you want to call it that.
Indeed it is. I got to say, I'm gonna ask you this, Doug. Hey, I'm going to ask you the one question everybody wants to know. Are they actually going to main event, though? That's the real question. Are these two guys going to give us one hell of a fucking show? But the real question is, are they going to main event?
I think you have to because, I know a lot of people are like, oh, we're going to see Cena and Orton main event for the 9,000th time. Here's the thing. I think WWE is so smart, you have to make it Seth versus Dean because that has been building and building, and this is going to be a way to send it off. Hell in a Cell main event because it would shut up all the naysayers long saying, oh, WWE does the same old shit when they just gave you 2 new guys in a main event. 2,
right.
It would get all the IWC fans to shut up and get themselves because they can't complain about John Cena and Randy Orton in the main event. And 3rd and final, it could be the best thing because of this. We know Lesnar will be watching. Wouldn't it be ironic if Lesnar comes out and, say, attack Seth Rollins after the match? So you've got to make it the main event there.
I mean, I gotta admit, I'm hoping. If they don't, I'll be honest, I'll be the first one to say, you know what, I'm probably not gonna watch the entire show then. Just saying.
Now, I will say this: if they don't, I can't be too mad at Vince on this note. If it's Cena and Orton is the main event, only for this reason, if he does that, because Seth and Dean, well, yes, all the fans love them. This would be the first time they would be main eventing a pay-per-view in a big company. He may not want to say that if the pay-per-view is bad, he would blame those 2. So if the pay-per-view is bad, maybe we wouldn't want the main eventing. Maybe we'd want Cena and Orton so they can get the blame. Just saying. Just saying, because I know everyone was bitching and crying about, oh God, you got to see Orton and Cena again. Let me just say this: I'm a guy who remembers Ric Flair versus Ricky Steamboat about 50 billion times. And how many times did we see the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian? So yeah,
too many to count.
Sit in. Anybody got a comment for that?
Yeah, but they kept it fresh. I mean, yes. We saw numerous Edge and Christian versus the Hardys and whatever matches, but they kept it. There was always something fresh about it. You didn't get bored. They always seemed to pull something out of their, their hat. They always had something up their sleeve to sort of, make it different. So I'm hoping that, yes, we're going to see Randy and Cena for like the 9,000th time. I'm hoping that they'll keep it fresh too, to keep up with the new guys that are coming up, like Ambrose and Rollins. I'm hoping this kind of puts things in a little bit of perspective for the vets, going, oh shit, we really need to kind of watch our spot, because like these guys are actually going for it now. Like they're not sitting back. They're actually making a run for it. So. Yeah, well, I guess we're gonna find out on the 26th.
We will on that. Dose to death.
Yeah, I totally agree with Bernadette. I hope they both keep it fresh. I don't have the network, so again, be looking forward for your play-by-play. I hope they can keep it fresh. And maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm noticing Ambrose is given a nod to Nigel McGuinness with the lariat he does. And I think that's pretty cool. And then I noticed tonight he did Davey, God, Doug was going to kill me, that one. Eddie Edwards diving outside the ring tonight.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. Now, El, you put you know me, I don't complain too much when it comes to main events. So
right.
I want to hear your opinion if it's Cena and Orton main event.
Like I said before, if they end up headlining this event, I swear I'm gonna just shut it off. I'm like, you know what? I might as well go watch Total Divas. It starts off at the same time anyway, so just saying. Understandable
indeed. By the way, like WWE mentioned, those two will be double main events since Brock Lesnar would not be on the pay-per-view defending the belt. And before anyone listening out there in Radio Land and anyone is saying, oh, that's bullshit, let me just clarify something. TNA just had a pay-per-view where they didn't have Bobby Lashley on it at all. So if you're going to get pissed at WWE doing it, yeah, better get pissed at Dixie Carter doing it. That's all I got to say on that.
Indeed.
And believe me, I watched Bound for Glory this past week. All I got to say is this: I'd rather watch Total Divas instead of that train wreck of a pay-per-view. And I know, Bernadette, you're going to defend TNA. Oh, poop, defend TNA.
Well, they do really have some great talent. I'm not going to say that, TNA has not misused some of the talent. because they have. But, you know, it is what it is.
Now, before those to speak, I just want everybody to remember, he can't watch TNA anymore because his cable company dropped Spike. So he's got to look to me for the play-by-play of the show. Just keep that in mind when he speaks. Okay, Tess, go.
Yeah, but you know, from you told me, Bound for Glory, I mean, God, and then the week before, I mean, okay, we set up with a tag team title match, and you details that haven't been even aired yet. Dixie Carter, where is the surprise? You give away the ending, you know, of every show, and it's like, gee, we already know what's going to happen. Plus, when you're taped ads and you announce there's going to be stuff, why? You know, you're doing good. Spike was going to cut you off anyways. Now you're pulling Russo's. Good job, Dixie. Baby of the year now.
Yep. By the way, just in case anyone did watch TNA, I'm sure somebody's going to explain this to me doing the comment. Someone explain to me why they show highlights of the next show at the end of the current episode. That makes no sense to me. That'd be like Raw saying, yeah, next week on Raw, here are the clips of the matches. We would all be bitching. Just saying. Now that I've ended my TNA rant, let's go for just a little bit, talk about the NXT this week. All I got to say is, watch El Generico versus Tyson Kidd. What a match. That match could have main evented any pay-per-view. So, NXT, keep it up.
Wow.
Indeed.
I've got nothing else to say to that or add. Sentiments echoed completely.
Well, thank you. And one more thing before we head to Ring of Honor. I will be giving out awards each and every week to some of the best and worst of wrestling. And, of course, the best thing I have to give out this week is to, and I'm sure Bernadette's going to jump up and down, so Canada, if Canada, just thank me because you're going to get some snow this year. The best thing about wrestling this week for WWE was Damien Mizdow. And all I got to say is, look what he did with Sheamus and Miz on Main Event, because that shit was funny.
Killing it. He is killing it. OMFG. I have nothing but love for Mizdow. Damien is gold. Oh, damn. I can't wait. Yeah, I've got nothing else to say. Just love him.
Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Bernadette, before you knock me out and bust up my knee real quick, I gotta say, Raw was boring. Even Damien. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me.
Well, I gotta kind of defend Ellen. This Raw was kind of bad this week. Granted, I think if you take the two Divas matches out of the equation, that Raw was pretty damn close to being perfect, but the two Divas matches killed it. But unfortunately, there is one thing that gets my worst thing of wrestling, and it's not the WWE Divas this week, as much as I want it to be. We have to head back to Japan for Bound for Glory, because I saw a match so bad, I almost wanted to watch Shawn Michaels versus Jenna from TNA's Victory Road 2009, and everybody knows that was a beautiful. And with match,
I'm going back to hell now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, snap. I'm going to go to the ice box over here, go grab some ice for that burn.
And what was the match? It was Havoc versus Velvet Sky. And it's nothing against Havoc. She's a beautiful lady, good wrestler, probably the only female wrestler in this sport that has real tits that are not fake. But can somebody explain
Brie.
Brie, but I don't like Brie. I don't think she's beautiful, but that's just my opinion. But can somebody tell me how Velvet Sky still has a job? Because I'm sorry, she can't wrestle. Her leaked nude pictures were not even interesting. I'm sorry, Sunny looks better in her heyday nude than Velvet Sky did, and all I got to say to that is, Velvet Sky, we now know the carpets do match the drapes. She can't wrestle 4 licks. I gotta ask, is the only reason she's on there because she's got big fake tits, or is it because she's blowing Bubba Ray?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Maybe 6 of one, half a dozen of the other?
Maybe that's
I mean, I've got nothing against Angelina Love because she's my girl, and I do know that they're best buds. So maybe Angelina is also part and parcel of how Velvel is still employed.
Okay, I can buy that.
Now I just figured out how she got on the calendar for blowing Bubba Ray. Dixie said, "Thank you. You did my job for me."
Oh, wow.
That was a good one, Tess. Put that on a hat. It would be like putting money. Yes, by the way, I do love Angelina Love. I think if it was Angelina Love versus Havoc, that would have been better. Hell, Madison Rayne, who is far better than Velvet Sky, actually looked like she could have beat Havoc. Velvet Sky looked so bad, I was like, damn, my mother had a better shot at beating Havoc.
And P.S. Angelina's Canadian too. What up, bitches?
See,
That's right.
It proves Canadian women can be hot. Bernadette and Angelina Love were the first two looks for that one.
That's what I'm saying.
But with the name
That's how we roll up here.
Do that. Now, of course, with this being called Evolution's Honor, it's time to head to my favorite place in wrestling. We're heading to Ring of Honor, folks.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
somebody got it.
Yes.
And, of course, we have to talk about some of the big news, breaking news from this week. The big pay-per-view at the end of the year will be on pay-per-view, so it won't be on internet pay-per-view. You actually get to order it on your television.
Doug, quick question, Doug. How much was it? How much?
How much? Well, I'm looking at that right now. By the way, the pay-per-view is Final Battle, and it's going to be in New York City. So right now they do not have a price. I'm going to click on it to see if that's changed, just to make sure. I'm sure it's not going to be expensive because they are
and here in Oklahoma, it's about the same price for me if I ordered WWE, actually. Actually, TNA, that, and Ring of Honor are about the same here in Oklahoma.
It depends what cable company you have. So all I can say to that is call your local cable provider and see if A, they're having it, and B, how much it will be. I'm sure I'm probably going to get it anyway just because I'm a Ring of Honor guy, so you can damn well expect I will be watching
Yeah, but that's in December, right? Final Battle?
Yes,
Final Battle will be December 7th. And,
right, so they probably haven't even, it's not going to be listed yet, so you're not even going to be able to find out how much it is.
Correct.
It will not be on their program, so you won't be able to find out a price yet, I don't think.
I just want everybody to know this. Since it's on Sunday, this will be Ring of Honor's first big test because, L, you know as I do, what's going to be happening still in December?
Cowboys.
And NFL, that is correct. So this will be Ring of Honor's first test to see if they can hang like WWE does and actually beat Sunday Night Football in a pay-per-view setting.
That is true.
I think they can do it. I think they can do it, though.
So it's the same
Well, they've got the talent, that's for sure.
Yes, and by the way, signed to appear, because it was announced who will be at the show, Jay Briscoe, Jay Lethal, Red Dragon, Adam Cole, Christopher Daniels and Kaz, the Young Bucks, Roderick Strong, ACH, Cedric Alexander, Mark Briscoe, DJ Whitmer, Jimmy Jacobs, Adam Page, Hanson, who's pretty much the Scott Steiner meets Roddy Piper, and that's a good thing, and now,
another Canadian.
I didn't know that.
Now let's head to some of the other news this week from Ring of Honor. The first, Glory by Honor, which is in about, sometimes Ring of Honor needs to fix their shit when it comes to pay-per-views announcements, which will be November 15th in San Antonio, Texas. Is anybody going to be in San Antonio that night? Please go. The main
HBK country.
Hey, HBK may be there, but I highly doubt it. The main event will be Jay Briscoe taking on ACH for the title. Now, as many of you know, Jay Briscoe won the belt in controversy fashion, which I will in it. But ACH won this match by winning a Battle Royal a few weeks ago before the incident of Michael Elgin and Jay Briscoe. Now, ACH does have this shot. Now, what makes this interesting is this. A few weeks before, ACH gets a shot at the TV title. If he beats Jay Lethal, ACH will be the first man, or could be, to be television and Ring of Honor heavyweight champion in Ring of Honor. Also, on a note, ACH is also in the Survival of the Fittest tournament, so he could possibly be TV champion, world champion, oh, by the way, win the Survival of the Fittest tournament, which means if he does all that, he doesn't have to face anybody, any title defense, till the next big pay-per-view in Canada. So let's see if he can make history on that note, but that would be November 15th. And continuing with breaking news, particularly this one that just came out today, if you live in Florida, Lakeland, Florida to be more specific, on the Reload Tour, AJ Styles will be defending, he was until he lost it, will be facing Hanson in a match. Now, of course, we all know who AJ Styles is, correct?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. So this is another good opportunity for people to see who can not watch Japanese wrestling. I'm here to be taking on Hanson, who is, like I said, he's big, he's mean, and he can fucking move. So we're gonna see if AJ we can see him fight with the speeders, fight with the high flyers. What can he do against a guy who can not only have power but speed and fly? It's gonna be interesting. Also on that night, the Briscoes, for some fucked up reason, and this is where I'm gonna complain, are taking on the Kingdom, which is, Adam Cole and Michael Burnett. But that match should be fun. Here's where the complaint comes in. Jay Briscoe's the heavyweight champion, but yet you're still having them team up in fucking matches instead of having them defend the belt. Bullshit. Second, I wish Michael Elgin never lost the belt, and of course I'm sure everyone knows what I mean, but in case you forget or don't remember, he was the Ring of Honor champion, but he lost it near his hometown, I believe, because of bullshit politics, at least from what I've heard. Ring of Honor was not pleased that he was putting over a young guy in Pro Gorilla. And, now, of course, I know Ring of Honor's main reason they're going to say is because his visa expired, which, okay, fine, I could buy that, but when you guys verbally said on your Twitter and Facebook before you deleted it that you were upset at Elgin for putting over a guy from another company, that brings questions into this. And as far as I'm concerned, and I've said this, Jay Briscoe, to me, of the three world champions we have right now, Lashley and Lesnar, is probably the worst U.S. world champion today.
Well, the good thing about Jay fighting is that he can't losing it. I'm like you, Doug. I mean, sorry, I'm boasting my opinion here. Jay Briscoe is so over, it's not even funny. ACH is just starting his career. What Jay Briscoe needs to do is go back on Duck Dynasty with his brother and take his brother Mark with him and get some teeth while you're at it.
Oh, wow.
1-800-DENTIST.
Oh, goodness. Now, Bernadette, I know you know Michael Elgin because you all Canadian family, so to speak. How do you feel about
I've known him for, I'm going to say, about 10 years.
Wow. Impressive. I know you were probably upset that night like I was because be glad I wasn't on Facebook that night. Everybody else, you would have heard me give a 5-minute cuss rant about it.
I will say I was shocked that they would do that. I mean, he had such momentum, and everyone was like, so happy for the changing of the guard and having him finally win it. So for them to take it away from him like that, I was like, what are they doing? Like, they just killed all the momentum they built up. And for what? To put over, like you guys said, this Duck Dynasty cast-off. And don't get me wrong, like, I used to like the Briscoe brothers, 8 years ago, when they were half-decent looking and still had more teeth than they have now. I don't know. I think the actor's gotten old and stale, and I'm not buying the Briscoes anymore. That's my opinion on that.
A woman after my own heart and a ghost after my own soul, so to speak. Now, Elle, I don't know if you watch Ring of Honor too much because I don't know if it airs out in California. I know you guys have Hollywood of professional wrestling, but what about you? Do you watch any Ring of Honor? How do you feel about Michael Elgin losing the belt the way he did?
Man, let me tell you, I was a little, I'll be honest with you. I heard it from you first. You were the first one to tell me this. And I was like, what? No, you're lying. I'm like, here comes Doug again, making up his own shit, trying to have people listen to his show and stuff. By the way, if you want to call this show, all you got to do is call 559-726. 726-1300, 742-021 is the access code. Talk to Doug Barrett, myself, and the lovely Bernadette, and of course Hurricane Andrew in the back. But that's another story. But no, I'll be honest with you, Doug. I thought when you were talking about this a while back, I'm like, bullshit. I'm like, Doug read a spoiler somewhere, and he's just thinking he knows what's up. And then when I found out it was true, I was like, that is fucked up. I'll admit, I had a chance to see Michael work out here at Pro Wrestling Gorilla, and you know.
He's a beast. You can say it.
Yes, he's a freaking beast. But it is fucked up for, people say, could it be politics? People say, could it be this? Could it be that? But to lose the belt, I was like, ooh. And you know what? I'm not trying to compare him. Just hear me out. I'm not trying to compare him to CM Punk or anything, but that's like CM Punk losing the belt in 2 weeks. For no damn reason. For no damn reason. And it's like, god damn. Like, really, dude?
Yeah, and I agree with everything what you guys have said. And here's what the interesting part is, and this will be the only good thing about it. It has split the Ring of Honor fans, particularly on the Facebook and at the live shows, because there's some people, when Jay comes out, say, man down, pretty much, because he says man up, say man down because they're so upset the way Elgin lost it and why. While others are happy because some people didn't like Elgin because they thought he was a boring champion. Me, here's the best thing to happen, and now, of course, since this happened, of course, everybody started the rumors, he's going to be in Ring of Honor, WWE or TNA. I don't want to hear those rumors. Let the man do what he wants. Moving on to the next thing from Ring of Honor, and it's time for Survival of the Fittest news. Survival of the Fittest news, I can't talk, which is November 8th and 9th, November 7th and 8th, my bad. And they've just announced one of the main events for night 2. It will be the Briscoes in a tag team again. See what the problem is? He's the world champion and not defending it. Doesn't that sound like Brock Lesnar?
Ouch.
Him and his brother Mark will be going against probably the greatest tag team of this generation. And no, it's not the Wolves, you morons. It's Kaz and Chris Daniels, baby.
Oh, Doug, I'm shocked you didn't say Red Dragon.
But that's because we know I'm going to say Red Dragon, but I can't be a homer 24/7. I do that enough with football. But yeah, this should be interesting because this is the first time Briscoes have faced Kaz. They faced Chris Daniels previously when Daniels was in Ring of Honor. They don't have a good track record against Daniels, so they are looking for a little bit of payback. But with Kaz, they've never faced him, so it should be interesting to see if the team Redneck, and I do mean Redneck, can beat probably one of the greatest heel groups that TNA ever had in Kaz and Daniels. So it should be interesting to see. That will be in Toledo, Ohio. Ohio, get better fucking names, would you please? No one of them is left. No one of them is left. Granted, that also explains why LeBron James went back and Miz left. Probably a good thing Miz left. Moving on to the other big news, which is the Survival of the Fittest tournament. In case you don't know what that is, as wrestling fans, it is usually a 2-day tournament where the winner of the tournament can get a title shot against the world champion at any time, any place, anywhere. So kind of think of it as the Money in the Bank for Ring of Honor. Instead, you don't climb a ladder, you win a battle war elimination style 6-man match. Now, last week they announced the following people in the tournament: Matt Sindel, a.k.a. Evan Bourne, Cedric Alexander, Hansen, and the only man to win it twice, I believe, and he did win the title with it, Roderick Strong, my boy. And the other 4 going in: Jay Lethal with Truth Martini, Caprice Coleman, Adam Page, and like I've already said earlier, ACH. So, we know 8 of the people in it. There will be 8 more people announced. So, of the people we know, who's the favorite to win it? I mean, you got a guy who's won it before. You got Jay Lethal who's won it. You got a few young guys in there. And, oh, by the way, probably the biggest thing, Hansen is probably the biggest, strongest man in the match. It's going to be interesting to see who everyone picks. So, what you guys got?
I'll go with you, Doug. The Messiah of the Backbreaker.
Roderick Strong, Camp Strong, baby. By the way, if you don't know what Camp Strong means, it means championship, excellence, money, and pussy. And he told me that. So, yeah, if you hate Roderick Strong, you hate money and you hate pussy.
Hey, excellence does not start with A, so that was a fail.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't pass English. Sue me.
I just wanted to point that out.
Either, but hey, who needs to pass
But
English?
hey, I am all over Camp Strong, so that's my pick too.
And Logic Strong is my pick as well, for right now anyway, because we don't know the other 8. Now, L, you know a lot of these guys. You remember Jay Lethal when he was doing the, oh yeah, I'm the black macho man, Randy Savage, it's the only thing that TNA let me do. What do you have in this tournament?
Whew. You know what, Doug? You got to give me that list one more time.
One more time, all right. It would be Jay Lethal, ACH, the Coleman, I believe I pronounced his name correctly. Did I? Yeah. Adam Page, Matt Tyndall, Cedric Alexander, Hanson, Roderick Strong, Jay Lethal, Caprice Coleman, Adam Page, and ACH. There we go.
You know what? I'm going to have to go with ACH. I heard a lot about this dude. I've been watching clips here and there. I ain't going to lie. There's something about this dude. He might get a push. He might get that ultimate push. You just never know. But there's something about ACH that you got to love about this dude.
I agree. ACH, since he did have a good championship all-stars thing, which we're about to get to. What I find ironic is that no one picked Evan Bowen in this. That is a surprise. I thought somebody would have picked Matt Tyndall, so do we not care about him?
Well, again, ROH is not like the WWE, you know, person comes back and all of a sudden they're like awarded the title right away, or awarded a shot right away.
Except if you're Jay Briscoe.
Ooh.
Well, but Jay didn't, okay.
Hey, I'm called the asshole for a reason.
I don't have a comeback for that. Damn it.
Now getting to the
asshole.
You're welcome. Of course, there were 2 Ring of Honor shows that took place over the weekend. Now, of course, this was on the internet pay-per-view, so if you did not watch it, they will be on TV soon. But, yeah, Ring of Honor takes those shows, but at least with them it makes sense because they're not a big company. So, TNA, if you're going to do tape shows, do it right.
But when they tape their shows, they don't give away the flipping results beforehand.
Yeah, they do it after the show is already over, and you can read them on their website, like smart people.
I'll get to see those matches soon.
Yes, of course, heading to the Michael Bennett's bachelor party. Yes, that was an internet pay-per-view because him and Maria Kanounis, or Kanounis, whatever her fucking last name is, are getting married in real life. I hope he's happy with CM Punk's sloppy seconds. But at least yeah, I know. Red Dragon opened up the show.
Well, you can say that you hope that CM Punk is happy with Jay Lethal's sloppy seconds. So bite it.
Ouch.
I forgot AJ Lee, the fate dated Jay Lethal. I forgot. I can't.
Oh, yeah, I went there.
I cannot. Back to the Bennett thing. The show opened with Adam Cole coming out and introducing Steve Corino on commentary. Yeah, Steve Corino did all of the commentating with the normal guys, and B.J. Whitmer was the bouncer. That's pretty sad when you got a redneck as a bouncer instead of a big black guy.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying.
Moose?
Oh, wow.
Can we say Moose?
Yeah, Moose would have been my pick. Michael Bennett came out, and Michael Bennett was announced king for a day. Now, heading into the matches, Red Dragon, my boys, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, the greatest tag team champions in the history because they're better than the Wolves and better than Goldust and Stardust, in my opinion.
Whoa. I love Red Dragon, but, I mean, Goldust and Stardust are the bomb.
Just deal with it. They defeated Jay Lethal and Truth Martini. Not a bad match, but could have been better, but Truth Martini sucks. Period.com on that. So, yeah, it is what it is. Moving on, no one interrupts me because I just looked at my clock. We are running out of time. I got to rush. Cheeseburger was announced as an honorary King member for the night, and then he got his ass whooped. 6-woman tag, Velvet Scott, Vedeta Scott, I should say, and Heather Patter and Lena Von Dutch defeated Taylor Hendricks, Scarlett, and Crazy Marie Dopsman. Some people need to fix their
Crazy Mary Dobson, yeah.
Thank you. This was a good match, definitely better than the fucking damn Divas tag team match we saw, and definitely better than the Knockouts match from Bound for Glory. Moving on, the next match was funny. Loser does not get to drink for the whole night. Now, pretty much that means this: no beer. My worst nightmare. Logic Strong defeated Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe could not drink any beer for the rest of the night.
Oh, wow, that's got to suck.
And, by the way, after that, it was probably the shortest match in wrestling history. Tommaso Ciampa defeated a drunk cheeseburger. That is right, there was a wrestler named Cheeseburger. Moving on. After that, Tommaso Ciampa defeated Delirious, and it was a far better match. After that, Cedric Alexander defeated ACH, and it was a pretty damn good high-flying match. Simply look that up. Now, there was about to be a lap dance party until Marie came out because she didn't like that. And I'm like, damn it, Marie, we all almost got so close to seeing some boobies and ass because they were about to take off their clothes. God damn you. But hey, she still looks good in the Playboy issue. And
oh, yeah, she does.
Jay Briscoe took on Rhino. That match ended in a no contest, so it became a six-man tag in which Mark Briscoe, Jay Briscoe, and Rhino defeated Adam Cole, Michael Burnett, and Matt Taven. Why Rhino would team up with the Rednecks, I have no idea. He probably did it because he probably got a huge paycheck. Moving on to the other one, All-Stars vs. Champions. BJ Whitmer defeated Will Ferreira. Tadidus Thomas defeated Owen Travis. Christopher Daniels defeated Cedric Alexander and then said Cedric Alexander is the future of the business. Jimmy Jacobs in his hometown defeated Frankie and Taz. Matt Taven defeated The Romantic Touch, a.k.a. one half of Kenny King's old tag team for Ring of Honor. And the main event, Jay Briscoe, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Jay Lethal defeated the All-Stars, Tommaso Ciampa, ACH, Roderick Strong, and Adam Cole. It was supposed to be Mark Briscoe and the All-Stars, but Mark Briscoe didn't want to beat his brother because Mark Briscoe's a dick. Jay Briscoe would win it for his team by eliminating ACH, and Jay Briscoe is the only survivor. So, since no one pinned Jay Briscoe, none of those four men can get a title shot, excluding ACH, who already earned his. And that's pretty much the Ring of Honor news for this week. Anything else, Al, before we have to go?
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to follow us on Twitter over at RWF Media. Like the page, RWF Media, and of course, join the group over at RWF Media on Facebook. Also, we got a brand new show for you guys this Thursday night, next Thursday night, October 23rd. It is the debut of Shoot It From the Hip with the lovely Bernadette and Rob Goslin. Bernie, break it down for everybody. What's it all about and who's coming? Who's coming? That's what she said.
Alrighty, well, Shoot From the Hip, it's going to be a great show. It's going to be jam-packed with great guests delivering, insightful, intriguing interviews. We're going to fill it with fun, fascinating facts. We also plan on doing some wicked word association. Looking forward to our first guest, who is Cyborg Tyson Dukes. If you've never heard of him, do yourselves a favor, YouTube Tyson Dukes, go on to my Facebook, Bernadette Johnstone. It's a picture, I think, of me with Hulk Hogan, and just inbox me and say thank you.
Awesome.
And have your questions ready, and call in and talk to him next Thursday night. It's going to be awesome.
There it is. You want to talk to Bernadette, you want to talk to Rob, you want to talk to Doug Barrett. Next week, a full network show. Goddamn, it's about time. All you got to do is call 559-726-1300. Access code 742021. Doug Barrett, let them know where they can find you at.
Of course, you can find me on Facebook. Just look for Baraka Smiling and Quanchy in the background, and also on PSN and YouTube at Doug Barrett 619, respectively. And before anyone else goes, just as a heads up, next week's show on Revolution's Honor, it will be me, Bernadette, hopefully Rob, and the Ghost of Tustin L on the road, because we will be live and on location in probably the worst place on earth. No, not Oakland, California. It will be Dallas, Texas. Hopefully we do not get that virus that's going around, because we will be live to get ready for Hell in a Cell.
Ebola match?